Good evening. Good evening. Can you hear me now? I'd like to welcome everybody to the 72nd Annual Summer Conference and Awards Banquet. We'll be enjoying a nice dinner. Need to remind everybody with special dietary needs to place those cards out for your servers to make sure you get the right meal for your needs. For the grand prize awards tonight, you need to put your cards in the bowl. We are starting with a fresh bowl, so get your cards out. Jonathan has the bowl. We'll be circulating the room, picking up your cards. And I'd like to invite everybody to enjoy the slideshow that was prepared by EP, showing our wonderful time here in Sacramento. And with that, enjoy your dinner, and we'll get started with the program at the completion of dinner. Have a good night. Good evening again. What? Good evening again. Hello. It's time to get started. How soon do you guys want out of here? All right, well, thank you. Wasn't that dinner great? Thank you, Sacramento, for putting everything together for the conference. Dinner tonight would not be as successful as it was without our sponsors. Want to recognize the sponsors for tonight. Kaufman Associates was the reception sponsor. Please give them a round of applause. Recognize Superior Aviation Company as the President's Banquet sponsor. And finally, for many years, as always, Mead and Hunt as the wine sponsor. So, typical with the awards banquet, we're going to give your hands workout, so get ready for a bunch of clapping. If you can wait until all of the names are called. It's too short. How's that? Better? Hold it. Okay, how's that? Got a thumbs up from the back. All right. Well, during the conference, we were blessed with the presence of AAA dignitaries. We are glad that they took the time out of their schedules to come and visit with us. Hopefully, while you were here, you had the chance to talk to Todd Hopley, the AAA president and CEO. We also had the privilege of having Jean Olivier, the chair of AAA, attend. We were unfortunately not able to have Todd McNamee here, who is the first vice chair for AAAE. So without them, we wouldn't need to be a chapter. They do advocate well and greatly on our behalf. So it was much appreciated when they came to visit with us, and hopefully they got everything they were looking for. As Jean pointed out during the introductory remarks, we have really increased our presence at the national level with from our SWAAAE chapter. I'd like to point out some of our SWAAAE representation at the national level. Jean's list included members that are not members of SWAAAE, but they are in our region that are active in AAAE. I'm going to point out those members that are current members. Jonathan Hudson, have you all stand up as I announce your name? Jonathan Hudson, National Director. John Fauché, Corporate Director. Danette Bewley, Chapter Director. Scott Malta, Chapter Director. Barry Rondinella, Nominating Representative. And not in attendance tonight, Jim Bennett, who's on the Policy Review Committee. Please give them a round of applause. And then my year would not have been as successful without the support of the Board of Directors. Now I'd like to have the Board of Directors of SWAAAE stand up. Your time's almost up. Thanks, Gary. That was a great visual. Please stand up. Give them a round of applause. And now to recognize those that have made it sound a lot easier than it was. The past presidents of SWAAAE. There's many of you in attendance tonight, so would all our past presidents please stand? Getting the workout, Gary? Up, down, up, down. Thank you for your service. And then we've been working to mentor and bring in new people. So I'd like to have our first-time attendees stand up as our incoming chapter representatives. We got a rowdy group down there. During the summer conference, we don't see a lot of attendance by our student chapter members, but we did have student chapter participants here this summer. If there's still any that are left, I would like the students to please stand. Thank you. Make sure you pass out your business cards. Ooh, speaking of business cards, I did forget. If your card's not in the bowl, you're not eligible to win the grand prize. And next, I'd like to have our veterans please stand and be recognized for their service. Thank you. Thank you for your sacrifice. And as we've been doing for the last several years, instead of giving speaker gifts to our presenters and moderators and those on the sessions, we have donated $1,000 to the Wounded Warrior Project on behalf of our speakers. And so, round of applause for that. And I want to thank ARPIT for rounding up that effort and getting us onto that path. It's been a great program for us, and our presenters have really appreciated those donations in their names. Now I get to have a little fun. This weekend, we had two persons from the Southwest area that sat for their accreditation oral board, and I'm pleased to announce they both passed. So Stephen Duker from LAX is a new accredited airport executive. He is not in attendance, and he is currently not a member, so we'll be working on that. But we do have one member in attendance, and I'd like to recognize Alex Smith from the Phoenix Mesa Gateway. Stand up. And for those that don't know, if you're a member of the chapter for 2 years or more, you get to get a stipend. So Alex, would you please come up, and you will be presented with a $500 stipend. Congratulations.
Thank you, sir.
Would you like to sing?
Would I like to sing?
Say anything.
Hello? Oh, good. Thank you, everybody, for your support. I kind of rushed through this, honestly, and big shout out to Judy for her help as my mentor. Just moving forward, looking forward to working with everybody and trying to help out other folks trying to get their interviews done as well.
There you go. Congratulations. It is a lot of effort, and we like to recognize that on behalf of the chapter. So for those that haven't finished that, Gary, there's a $500 stipend out there for you. Not pointing down or anything. Getting back at you for last banquet. Okay, Jonathan. Is that better? Spread the wealth. And then you also notice that there are no centerpieces on the table tonight. Sacramento came up with a very interesting and very great idea to give back to the community. So instead of centerpieces, volunteer attendees gathered on Sunday. They assembled backpacks for the Sacramento Children's Home. The Sacramento Children's Home serves thousands of children annually in the region. Our contribution will help them reach their goal of collecting 750 backpacks for local children in need. I'd like to have a special thanks to Kimberly Horn for donating the supplies for that effort. And I got to take a break real quick. I'd like to introduce TJ Chen, the chair from the Sacramento Conference, and let him go through a few words. Great job.
Thank you. I thought I did a mic drop. I'm done. No, I'm kidding. Anyways, thank you all again for making this conference such a success. And without the sponsors and the exhibitors, this couldn't happen. So I just want to take a few minutes to recognize the sponsor and the exhibitor. So just bear with me, and I would like to recognize them individually. So ACI Jet, thank you. Coffin Associates, Kimberly Horn and Associates, Mina Hunt, Paradis Lagardiere, RS&H, Signature Flight Support, Superior Aviation Company, Arconis, CNS Companies, Eagle Lift, Pride Industries, Sacramento McClellan Airport, Wood Rogers, SWAAAE, Jacobson Daniels, City of Phoenix Aviation Department, QD Construction, Recondo, Armstrong Consultants, Aurora Engineering, Burns & McDonnell, DWL Architects and Planners, J Aviation, Labs Parking, Lee Fisher Jacobs, Morrison, Merrily, and WSS. Thank you very much for your financial support. And for the conference exhibitors, we have AWI, Asphalt Systems Incorporated, Associated Asphalt, CIMC, Daktronics, Door King, Eagle Lift, EMS Brewing, JR, EMS B&K, NS Flint, Everbridge, Flagship, JRI Incorporated, Last Parking, Lean Engineering, Mislake Incorporated, Pordigit, Rosenbauer, Signature Flight Support, and Eurotech. Thank you very much for being our exhibitor. So, as an engineer, I love numbers. So I want to give some final numbers for this conference. So this year we have a total of 170 attendees. So thank you all for coming. Hopefully you guys had a great time. We have 19 exhibitors. Again, thank you. And 33 sponsors. That was pretty awesome for the conference. So thank you all. And also the streaming, live streaming for the conference. We have 14 people who live streamed and over 200 total views. So thank you all out there that's viewing the conference. Appreciate your time and support for joining us. So thank you all.
Well, and just real quick, TJ didn't do it alone, so would Kelly and the committee please stand? Thank you for making me look really good. Okay, Gladys, you're going to be very popular. You ready for the grand prize drawing? Does everybody have their business card in the bowl? How about having Eric's son pull? We'll put Eric's son on the spot. What's that? Okay, it pays to be a student tonight, so Taylor Aguayo. So you can tell he's well organized. He came prepared with business cards, so I'm sure he'll be hitting us all up for a job soon. The next on the agenda, Gladys will be making the scholarship presentations. And where's the check?
Is the checks in there? Good evening. Okay, everybody's good. All right, so first of all, our conference, our sponsorship chair is actually Courtney over here. And then those who help for the scholarship committee is Jeff Leonard, Welton Tran, Jorge Rubio, and myself. So tonight, presenting on behalf of our chairman for our scholarship, this scholarship is awarded to a member of SWAAAE to attend the annual summer conference. Its intended purpose is to support the member by reducing the costs associated with attendance at the conference. Our first recipient works at Nevada's DOT, supervising the aviation, freight, and low-range planning groups. It has been difficult for them to receive training and support when it comes to aviation. They are eager to learn more about aviation in the region and felt that SWAAAE's summer conference would be the best opportunity for them. Please give Tim Mueller a round of applause as we welcome him to the stage. Come on up. Oh, am I here too? Can we do it? You want me to get in there? Only the pretty people. Look. Strike a pose. Here we go. There we go. Perfect. Congratulations, Tim. Yeah. Thank you very much. Our second recipient works for San Luis Obispo County Regional Airport as an airport operations specialist. They have just secured their SWAAAE membership and wanted to immediately jump in and take the opportunity to network with the airport professionals at the summer conference. They have been in the aviation industry for 11 years and feel that this opportunity will not only help them in their career, but also encourage the rest of their airport team to invest in themselves and in their education. Please join me in a round of applause as we welcome Tim O'Keefe to the stage. I feel like the proud mom. Smile, boys. Say yes. Don't hit each other. There we go. Perfect. You're doing such a great job. Thank you. Thank you for being so well behaved. Yes, yes. Your wife will be proud. Our last recipient for the summer conference scholarship is a student from Cal State LA. They attended the 58th Monterey Short Course earlier this year and took the opportunity to learn about airport management and connect with individuals within the industry. This individual can be described as persistent and determined, and these traits, along with their abilities to utilize the opportunities given to them at SWAAAE conferences, landed them their first job as an intern at San Jose International Airport. Unfortunately, they were unable to make the banquet this evening, made sure to let us know because of a shift change, but they would love to be here. But please join me in a round of applause to congratulate Long Vu. So make sure, I know it's okay. He can't pull that card just yet. He's learned well. You can't pull that card just yet. So, all right, well, for the academic scholarships, let me just continue on. The SWAAAE's academic scholarship is awarded to anyone pursuing an undergraduate or graduate degree in airport management, public administration, or business administration at colleges in Arizona. All right, California, yes, please, thank you, Arizona, there we go. California, okay, Nevada, yeah, whoa. They know how to party, there's no doubt. If not, you know how to spend your retirement there. Or Hawaii, right? Aloha. All right, our first recipient is getting their degree in aviation administration at Cal State LA. They applied for the scholarship to help to offset the costs associated with taking additional classes needed to obtain their private pilot certificate in addition to their degree. They are unable to make it to the conference, but please just give a round of applause for Jonathan Magdaleno. Our last recipient of the night is getting their degree in aviation management at California Baptist University. They applied for this scholarship to get their experience in the industry and became well-rounded in order to help them decide which career path to take. They started working at Hawthorne Global Aviation over the summer, and they continue to grow within the industry. She was unable to make it this evening, but please join me in a round of applause to congratulate Natalie Sorbeck. And just so you know, that was 5 scholarship recipients, and please always keep your eye out for professional accreditation, academic scholarships, and also to attend the conferences in the future. So thank you again.
Thank you, Gladys. Don't take my notes, I'll be in trouble. I'd like to invite Corrine Nystrom, our chair for our awards committee, to come up, present 3 awards for tonight.
So it's always interesting when you have Gladys and then I get behind the podium. You could loan me about 6 inches, Gladys. I'd really appreciate it. Okay, the SWAAAE Awards, we have 3 of them to present tonight. I will start out with the first award, which is the Aviation Excellence Award. The Aviation Excellence Award recognizes those airport management professionals other than the person having primary responsibility for the airport who have gone out of their way and given substantial extra effort to ensure the promotion, operation, maintenance, or development of aviation and/or the airport. The award recipient is a person of exceptional qualities who may perform management, supervisory, engineering, planning, or maintenance functions in the second or other level of the airport organization. Now, in this particular case, I do have to say that we did have one particular member of our committee abstained from having any participation or influence or conversation about who should receive this award, and because of the fact that one of the candidates for this was actually someone that works for that individual. So the recipient of the award this year has spent her entire professional career and has dedicated it to aviation. She has a Bachelor of Science in Aeronautical Management Technology from ASU and a Master in Aeronautical Science in Airport Operations Management from Embry-Riddle. She spent more than 22 years at Phoenix Mesa Gateway Airport and has been part of the Scottsdale Airport team for over 2 years. She is a dedicated airport executive who always contributes whenever and wherever she is needed. She has been in numerous roles such as operations, design and construction, grants administration, and her current role as a management analyst. She brings the same jump in and help personality to airport service organizations such as SWAAAE. She has also been involved with the Arizona Airports Association, having held board and committee positions. She was nominated for her work at Phoenix Mesa Gateway Airport. She was an integral part of the team to design and build the airport terminal from 2007 until it was completed in 2014. Recently, she also contributed to the new Scottsdale Airport Terminal Area Redevelopment Project, scheduled for completion later this year. She works with existing and new tenants and stakeholders in the development of the new facilities. Both projects are excellent examples of her influence in design and construction projects that contribute to the success of the aviation system in the Southwest region. She is a trusted airport administrator worthy of the prestigious SWAAAE Aviation Excellence Award, and it is my pleasure for the committee to announce, with Mr. Gary Mascaro abstaining from any voting on this one, that the recipient of this award this year is Carmen Williams.
Okay, I'm completely shocked by this one. Thank you, Gary. Thank you for the... You abstained, okay. I'm really shocked. Thank you so much. Wow. I love aviation. I've been in it since I graduated, even before. Started with my grandfather working for Air Canada, and here I am almost 25 years later. Thank you, Scottsdale and Gateway Airport, for giving me the tools to learn everything. I'm still really shocked by this. But thank you to the team and everyone I've worked with over the years, and I'll be around. I'm still going to be here. So thank you so much. I really appreciate this.
You can show that off at the table.
Okay, the next one is the Corporate Award of Excellence. The Corporate Award of Excellence is presented to a company whose professionalism and recent contributions to the association and the airport industry have made a significant difference in fostering aviation. Now, this year's recipient, this individual and his organization have been actively engaged and is a great partner with SWAAAE. They operate several facilities within the chapter region. The company focuses on aviation consulting, property management, and aviation development. They serve all segments of the general aviation industry, including airports, aircraft tenant operators, FBOs, and municipalities. Their specialties range from airport business plans and minimum standards to leasing policies and operational assessments. With 40 years of a diverse experience, they've developed and managed mixed-use projects, incorporate premier office, hangar, shop, and meeting space to accommodate every mission and economic opportunity. This individual and his company have been actively engaged with the student members for SWAAAE for a number of years. He is very passionate about making sure that the students are welcomed at the conference and have mentors to help guide them through the event. He has hosted a number of welcome luncheons for students to get involved, meet airport executives, and connect them with the airport professionals that may someday be their future bosses. He is truly a leader in this area of the chapter and cares for the students. It is my pleasure to announce that the recipient of this year's Corporate Award of Excellence is Mr. Kurt Castagna and Aeroplex Aerolease.
Corrine, thank you so much. Thank you to the board members, members of SWAAAE, truly humbled and honored with the recognition. I would say that of all the projects that our company's worked on, we were talking about this tonight and today at various times, that the best legacy that I think I've enjoyed is the role with the students. So I've taught as an adjunct at Cal State Los Angeles since 1991. And I was roped into that position by someone you all know, Randy Berg, past chair of AAAE, past president of this association. And Randy was my mentor when I was in college and created a major in aviation at Long Beach State. And Randy's now a partner in the business, our consulting business, after his retirement. And to put it into perspective for you, in Southern California, the managers or directors at Orange County, Barrie, Santa Monica, Stelios, Fullerton, Brendan, Van Nuys, Flora, and Mark Gibbs out in San Bernardino. All of those are former Cal State grads. And Sean Moran here tonight, and Welton Trang and other Cal State grads that I had the pleasure of working with and mentoring, and then some students that are here, Taylor from the classes that are still taking active classes. Of all the buildings we've built, all the properties we've managed, all the things we've done, that legacy really rings true to me, and so I'm really honored with that. And then I'll close with every day now for the last, I don't know how many years it's been, Justin, but 4 years. So I get to work with my son, and I watch him, and the fact he's creating his own path and his own relationships, and watching that legacy is also very special. So thank you very, very much for this recognition.
All right, now we have one more to give out, and that is the Airport Executive of the Year. The Airport Executive of the Year award commends an airport executive who has demonstrated superior performance in the following areas: providing public service to the community in the form of an efficient air transportation facility, public relations accomplishments in the areas of good neighbor relations, environmental achievements in the areas of aesthetics, noise, and pollution reduction or control, good business management in budget control, utilization of airport revenue, development of new sources of revenue, and control of expenses, efficient handling of the administrative complexities of state and federal grant programs, management functions and good labor relations with employees and with tenants, personal integrity and professional reputation, both in the public community and among peers in the airport management field. This year's recipient of the Airport Executive of the Year can be described as follows. During his tenure as the Director of Airports for the County of Los Angeles, this individual directed various airport capital and non-capital improvement projects, was instrumental in informing legislators on numerous bills affecting airports, and implemented policies and ideas to modernize and make general aviation airports more sustainable. Specifically, he has directed the design and construction of nearly $60 million of infrastructure projects at the county-owned airports in a sustainable way. He developed the LA County Aviation Division's first airport sustainability plan and was a very early adopter of the Institute of Sustainable Infrastructure's Envision rating system. He has made several acquisitions of buffer areas around his airports and has been instrumental in the successful completion of numerous planning studies led both by the county and by neighboring jurisdictions. He has also been very active on the political and legislative fronts. He realized $15 million in saving to LA County by negotiating the purchase of a new FBO building to serve also as the airport's public terminal and administration building. He created the LA County Air Show that's in its 5th year. He spent countless hours mentoring students and management fellows. He has also served on the board of SWAAAE and is a past president of SWAAAE. He was president in 2016. It is my pleasure to present this award to Richard Smith.
Oh, wow. What a surprise. This is fantastic. I want to acknowledge my staff, of course. I have a whole team full of professionals that take a lot of pride in their work, and they are the reason why we have been so successful over the years. Also, you know, Corinne mentioned public service is one of the criteria here. You know, all of us that run airports, we wake up every day. We just try to improve our facilities and improve the experience for our users. And I have to tell you, it's really a good feeling and very humbling to be here amongst my peers and being recognized for what is public service, essentially. So thank you very much. I'm honored.
Congratulations, all winners tonight. We would not have those winners if Corrine didn't do a great job beating the bushes for all of your nominations. So next year, I encourage everybody to nominate your peers and make sure they get recognized for their hard efforts promoting aviation. Have to switch papers. So one of the privileges of being president is you get your own award. It's not the same as Corrine's where you have really great descriptions of what the award should be given for. But the best way it was described to me by past presidents is the award should be given to a person that influences the president's role in their career or a progression in SWAAAE or that person's involvement in SWAAAE to be recognized. It's my pleasure to award this year to someone who moved to the Southwest region shortly around the time that I moved to the Southwest region. They've been very involved in the progress of my airport, very involved in the progress in my progression with SWAAAE. All right. Handwritten notes aren't as good as typed notes, just saying. They've helped with many of the funding issues, helped with FAA issues, general airport issues. They've pushed SWAAAE involvement both for myself, from others. They've also helped and backed others. They were a great backer for the airport Santa Rosa hosting the 2012 Summer Conference. They have been long involved in SWAAAE. There we go. Blah, blah, blah. It's been a hard person to try. I did the awards for many years. Usually I try to do the awards so you have to think about it. But I know if I were to start going through this person's background, I'd get into 2 sentences and you'd know exactly who I was talking about. So I'm just going to talk about the reasons why I'm going to be awarding the President's Award to this person. Their general support of me in my professional and personal development. They've encouraged me and many others to participate and grow in the SWAAAE family. They've had a long involvement in the sponsorship program. We had a hard time figuring it out exactly, but we think it's 10 to 12 years. And over those 12 years, if you assume the average of the typical sponsorship rate for each conference, they've generated almost $1 million for the chapter. They've refined and improved the sponsor tier and benefit program. And not last of all, they've been promoting the legacy of Mike Schutt through the scholarship in his name. It's my honor to present the President's Award to John Fauché.
All right, so after those 3 awards, I thought, what am I sitting at this table for? John hit it right. I can't take a lot of this credit. It's in me, but it was really infused to me by Mr. Mike Schutt, which many of you know. And I try to carry his legacy. He taught me a lot, and I'm trying to do the same thing with the guys that work for me and just to keep that thing moving. This industry is built on relationships because all of us here can do roughly the same thing. It's just, how we do it and how we take care of our clients. So, and that's what Mike Schutt taught me. And John, thank you very much for the recognition. Thank you very much.
Very well deserved, John. All right. Figuring back where I am on the printed. All right, I'd like to invite Mr. Mascaro, who has something to announce, I think. Something to do with what happens here.
Yeah. Give me that mic. I'm jonesing for the mic, man. Thank you, Mr. President. Oh my God, this is my last thing I get to do on the board for 6 years. I'm so excited. Where's Howard? Where's Howard? There he is. All right, just want to make sure you're here because, you've been dying to know what this piece of paper had in my pocket. It was in my pocket the whole time we were having a cocktail. All you had to say was, what's in your pocket? I would have showed you. But you didn't ask the right question. But in all seriousness, first of all, I want to thank everybody who ran for the board. The board is really, truly an exciting opportunity. It's a journey, I would say. I did this for 6 years, and there's several people that are up and coming. It's pretty exciting to see the evolution of what's changing. I want to thank all the corporate members. That was definitely an interesting battle of 3 people going for 1 spot. We don't have that typically. So I encourage all of you next year, when our soon-to-be immediate past president, go, get involved. This is an exciting opportunity. So I'm going to start with the executive group, and I'll work my way up. And I'm not going to tell who won or lost by how close, but I can tell you all of the votes were really, really close. So that's a positive. So, except for you, Barney. You lost, actually. You lost. I don't know how it happened, but you lost. Matt's ops guy over at Scottsdale's got the job now, so. So we'll start with you. So our new Arizona director is Mr. Barney Helmick. Southern California, on a nice battle, I'd like to welcome our new board of director, Ms. Courtney Johnson. I'm going to jump right to second VP because once you go to second VP, everything changes, and it's because the second VP folks are battling for Northern California. So very, very, very close. I want to congratulate Miss Judy Ross, second vice president. And I also want to welcome, for a new 2-year term, Mr. Andy Swanson. Corporate director. The battle of 3 went down to 2, and now we're down to 1. I want to welcome Mr. Matthew Quick from Kaufman Associates. And then our new president incoming will announce the slate completely. But I want to thank you very much for your time, and thank you for a vote. Vote early and vote often.
Thank you, Gary. With these elections, there are some changes on the board for those members that have served their terms and have completed their tour of duty. I'd like to have the following members come up individually. Rod Probst, please come up.
I can tell you that I have been honored and humbled to do this. As unaccustomed as I am to public speaking, and in spite of Gary Mascaro, this has really been a real honor. Thank you.
Thank you for your service. You've been a great help during my term. We also have to say a fond farewell, at least on the board of directors, to Arpit Malavaya. He will still be very involved in the chapter. He is unable to be here tonight, so he will be sent his recognition plaque. And let's give Arpit a round of applause. And I hate to say it, but Gary Mascara is going to get one more chance at the mic. So now that I'll be becoming the immediate past president shortly, we got to boot Gary. So Gary, come on up.
He just said I was a pain in the butt. I don't know how. What? He said pinch you in the butt. Oh, okay. That's at the post-banquet banquet reception, right? Anyway, thank you very much for the opportunity and your support for my 6 years, and I am out of here.
With all of that done, it's been my pleasure to serve as your president this year. I've really enjoyed it and had a great time. Gary kept saying it's a hell of a lot of work, and you can do it. And without the support of you, our membership, the board of directors that served with me, I would not have had such a successful year. I really want to thank the executive committee, Gary, Jonathan, and Jennifer. You worked very hard to make me look good, and I'm happy to say that you did that for me. Didn't have to pay or bribe or any of that. It is very surprising how fast the year goes, and you reflect back on what you've done, and part of me says, I don't think I did enough for you as members, but the year went very fast. The chapter's in a very good position. We didn't have a lot of legislative issues. I'm hoping to leave it a little bit better than when I got it. Gary really screwed it up, but but I did accomplish the 2 goals that I mentioned that I wanted to do this year, last summer at the conference. I wanted to really improve and work on our succession planning. When prepping for last year and hearing those members that have done 8 to 10 years on committees, I realized that we need to do something for you and also create opportunities for those that we bring into the organization and help them get involved. That would not have been as successful without all the work that Jennifer did on my behalf, after I begged a little bit, and maybe a lot, to rewrite the bylaws, procedures, to get that set up for that succession planning. Now that the documents are done, I turned it over to Jonathan to do the real work. Now you get to find all the new chairs, find all the new vice chairs, and move into the succession planning. And I also worked hard with our board and members of this organization to plant seeds to get more and new involvement from our membership. And again, I want to thank you for your support, and I had a great run. It was fantastic, and I learned a lot. I'm not sure if I learned more than I gave, so really appreciated the opportunity. Thank you very much. Now I'd like to invite your new president up for something to do with, you can't take my pen. You took my gavel, you can't take my pen. And unfortunately, my wife was not able to be here, so I asked Gladys to step in.
Smack it.
So now we get to honor John with his past president plaque. So on behalf of the chapter and the executive committee, we'd like to thank you for your service and present you with your past president's plaque. Ready, bingo. So we also have parting gifts. So give me 1 second here. So everybody knows John likes his treats, his bourbon and his cigars. So we have a gift basket for number 1. And to send you far away to the distance, your very own prop.
That is really cool. Thank you.
Gary's going to come by and hang it for you. Thought you were done. So once again, let's give John a hand.
Because we're all about the plaques tonight, we have one more. So as the new president of SWAAAE, you get to hang the president's plaque in your office and impress everybody that you do something.
They all know better. Thank you very much. take my notes.
I'm trying not to.
Don't take. So hopefully I can keep this organized. I realize when you're president, everybody just starts handing you notes of things you have to do, and I have them on all sorts and shapes and sizes and printing and do this, don't forget this, so let's see if I can keep it together. First couple things I want to do is a few thank yous. First of all, thank you to John as our past president now. And thank you to my board of directors and my staff at Minterfield. I wouldn't be able to do this if they didn't allow me to do it, so I really appreciate that. And thank you to my family. This is not my style, right? I'm supposed to make you laugh. So my wife drove back and forth. She'll be driving back. She drove out today. She started a new job, so she couldn't afford the time to come just for the whole conference. So she drove 5 hours a day and will drive 5 hours home just to be here. And my daughter, probably the smartest 14-year-old you'll ever meet, or maybe the smartest person in the room. Appreciate them being here. So SWAAAE's mission is to advance excellence in airport management by creating a forum for education, advocacy, and professional development. Every chapter president looks at this mission statement and decides in which way he or she is going to lead the chapter to further the mission. For me, I have chosen advocacy to focus on through a one voice, one vision platform. The vision is to be a strong and unified aviation system where regardless of the type or size of airport, the advocacy is bold, united, and unwavering. So that when a regional non-hub airport expresses concern on how the pilot shortage will affect them, our general aviation and our larger hub airports will share the same concern and unite with one voice. Or when our Part 139 airports engage in dialogue with their elected officials about PFC increases, we as non-139 airports will engage our elected officials with the same strength and enthusiasm. And when our general aviation airports have to deal with being placed on a list for some simply trying to keep their important revenue stream flowing, the larger airports unite their voices to protect the airports that are the aviation incubators of the future. There are many more examples of how our individual airports face individual problems. There's contract towers, there's TNCs, any number of issues that we can join together with one voice and accomplish a task. It is my belief that with the goal of standing with one unified voice, we can protect and strengthen every type and size of airport for a strong and healthy aviation system. So when John started doing this, he would like to be bold and be quick and sit down, something of that nature, if I got that right. Be what he said. So I promised him mine would be shorter than his, so I knew I only had about 37 seconds. But my vision is really advocacy, and really, as a general aviation airport, I have learned my important role in 139 issues, and I hope to pass that on. And the same, I hope that 139 realizes the important issues of general aviation airports, and they help us within our advocacy issues. So with that, I now get to formally introduce the board of directors that will guide us in this endeavor. And as per our bylaws, this is the official, you are now a board of director. So, starting with immediate past president, John Stout. We'll have everybody stand up and we'll applause at the end. First VP, Jennifer Maples. Second VP, Judy Ross. Northern California, Andrew Swanson. I do have an appointment for a Northern California position that I will be making in the next week, and we will be announcing that on the website. Southern California, Kevin Buman. Southern California, Courtney Johnson. Arizona, by the skin of his teeth, Barney Helmick. Nevada, Dean Schultz. At large, Corrine Nystrom. This is the one I'm most excited about, corporate. I've been looking for someone to pick up Jeff Leonard's slack. So we finally have found Matt Quick will pick up and run with it. And Mr. Jeff Leonard will assist Matt Quick. So I also want to acknowledge our non-voting members, which are our AAAE representatives. We have SWAAAE Representative AAAE Danette Bewley, SWAAAE AAAE Representative Scotty Malta, our nominating chair, Barry Rondinella. We also want to acknowledge Todd McNamee, who can be here tonight, is our AAAE first vice chair. And then our BOE, who is also couldn't be here tonight, Niall Nystrom. Niall Merriam. Oh. Hey, and our corporate, John Fauché. And I wrote it down. I actually wrote Niall's down phonetically, and I still messed it up. So Niall Marmion. Would someone else like to come up and say it? Let's give them a round of applause. Now on to paper printed differently in different size. So to continue on with the slated program, we want to close the program with a couple announcements. The 59th annual short course will be held in Monterey, January 27th through 30th. And I skipped something, different size paper. Let me do the committees. How about we do that? So we just announced the board of directors, and now we will announce the committee chairs. Academic relations, we have co-chairs this year. I selected to split up the areas in a way that they can reach a broader spectrum of the schools. So we have Sean Moran and Wilton Train. The diversity task force is TJ Chen. Accreditation is Niall, and you guys know what his last name is. Airport management short course is Courtney Johnson. Awards and resolutions. So it used to be just awards. So here's one of the ones we combined. So now instead of just awards, we have awards, resolutions, and recognitions. We have Corinne Nystrom. Credentials has now been combined with the historical, and we're calling it credentials and records, is Kevin Buman. Bylaws, policies, and procedures will be Judy Ross. Ethics will be Jennifer Maples. Industry issues and positions will be myself. Finance will be Jennifer Maples. Legislative, Brad Hagan. Membership, Barney Helmick. Are you the collector for membership? I don't think that's the task. It's new members. Leave the old ones alone. Nominating will be John Stout. Scholarship will be Gladys Wiggins. Sponsorship committee, which is a new committee. We've always had someone try to gather the sponsorships each individual conference, but now it is a committee, will be chaired by Matt Quick. Summer conference committee, Danette Bewley. Technology, one more time, Eric Peterson. Time and place, Jennifer Maples. So let's give a hand for our committees for this year. Now I can get to the closing statements. So the 59th annual short course, Monterey, January 27th through the 30th. The 73rd annual summer conference to be held in Tucson at Lowe's Ventana Canyon. So that'll be July 28th through the 31st. And I'd like to invite Danette Bewley up to the podium to announce, I think she's going to tell us what's going on and show us a couple videos. Okay, we have officially canceled the videos. She will now be singing and dancing.
I will get 3 strikes really fast. So, I am so excited when we were asked to sponsor the summer conference. I was looking very hard, trying to not make eye contact with, When Jonathan asked if we would sponsor the summer conference, I was really trying hard not to make eye contact. It was like, not us. No, seriously, we are very, very excited. And we're very excited to host all of you and all of your friends and anybody who's not here to come to Tucson next summer. We have a wonderful program that'll be kicked off internally next week with our team. One of the things that we would like to do is special event would be Pima Air and Space Museum. Yay! I don't know about you. We all like to go to the Air and Space Museum. It's either that or there's this garden with butterflies somewhere, but I'd rather do the Air and Space Museum. So Lowe's Ventana Resort, for those of you that have been to Tucson to any of the AAAE conferences, usually we always host it there, and it's a wonderful resort. It's been updated recently, and it'll be a lot of fun, One of the things that I'd like to do is just tell you on behalf of the Tucson Airport Authority a little bit about us. We have 2 airports in our system, a fabulous board, a fabulous CEO, just a fabulous team. And it is our 70th anniversary. And if we could, can we cue the video? The other video? That's okay. This is the Visit Tucson video. That's okay. We'll do this one first. We also have just a very quick video on the Tucson Airport Authority on our 70th anniversary. So if we could cue that up, it'd be really great too. Or not. It's well, I'll tell you what, since I'm probably between you guys and a
Tucson
big party.
International Airport, proudly serving thousands of individuals and families in southern Arizona for 70 years. And now it's time to celebrate. Sustainability, innovation, and new business opportunities. New dining, conveniences, and destinations, including Charlotte, which will connect Tucson travelers to more than 160 nonstop destinations around the globe. And Austin, Texas, with its legendary live music, flourishing restaurant scene, vibrant community, and unique culture. Whether you're traveling for work, play, or to reconnect with the ones you love. And it's time to share our thanks. In 2018, we're launching a year-long 70th anniversary passenger appreciation event. We'll be thanking our loyal passengers in southern Arizona and across the country with more than 70 gifts to mark our 70 years of service. From small things like flowers on Mother's Day, to big surprises like free flights to new destinations and upgrading passengers arriving in Tucson with free tickets to local sporting events and activities. We'll even invite Frosty to help holiday travelers relax next November and December during the busy travel season. Plus, other surprises and giveaways throughout the year. 2018 is a time to honor our past and thank the dedicated people, including each of you, that have helped Tucson International Airport become an economic catalyst in southern Arizona. Thank you for choosing to fly Tucson for 70 years. Here's to the next 70.
Thank you for indulging me on our little promotional videos. There's just one more thing I'd like to do. I brought a little gift basket, and it's for you, Jonathan. Somebody dumped a bunch of candy in it. That's pretty funny.
Thank you.
This is a gift from the Tucson Airport Authority, and it's our thank you for selecting us to be the host city next year.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Look at this candy.
There's wine in there. I don't know if that means it's going to be stressful, no. or just preparing for the party. Thank you, Danette, for that. Before I get to a couple of the last announcements, we did want to announce that the location selected for the 2020 Summer Conference is Reno Tahoe International Airport. So we're currently working on the venue. The venue has not been selected yet, but thank you to Dean and Reno Tahoe Airport. So 2 more announcements. The bus for the airport tour will be picking up attendees in front of the hotel tomorrow at 10 a.m. And also John Pfeiffer, Carol Ford, and Scotty Malta will be meeting tomorrow at 9 a.m. to go over to the Capitol building to deliver airport Caltrans maps to legislators. So anybody within the California region? 10. I apologize. My note says 9. I've been corrected to 10. Anybody wants to meet over and help with that cause, that would be great. And before I announce the location of the post-banquet reception and bring Jennifer Maples up for the closing poem, I have a quick apology and thank you. So some of you don't know how the nitty-gritty works when it comes to the transfer of presidencies, and this conference was in my budget year and John's party, and at times I got a little strict or out of bounds with TJ and Kelly on the budget, trying to rein that in KCA. I apologize for that, and a great thank you for the conference that you guys put on. So the post-banquet reception will take place in the Capitol View room on the 15th floor, the Capitol View room. And Gary, that's the 14th floor. For everybody else, that's the 15th floor. And I'd like to invite Jennifer Maples up for the closing conference poem. You want my notes?
Tough crowd. So for the record, Mr. Mascaro kept me in the dark, and I had to write multiple versions of the poem, not knowing the outcome of the elections. So if I mess up and I have the wrong ones in here, it's all his fault, I'm just saying. So this is something I've been doing for about 6 years now, and it's something I really enjoy, and I hope you all will enjoy it as well. This is the second, I can't talk. That's not a good thing for someone who's reading a poem. This is the SWAAAE Summer Conference for 2018. We've gathered tonight once again to applaud a conference well done. Thanks to TJ, Kelly, and crew, we've all had tremendous fun. Technical difficulties sometimes crop up, and the board meeting was slightly delayed. To remote participants, we were seen but not heard. Perhaps it was better that way. Dean shared in the legislative discussion. Nevada convenes every other year. Kevin's spontaneous and wistful response was, "That's beautiful," followed by a tear. Despite Barry's penchant for one-liners, with Hudson and Welly in his crosshairs, President Stout made up for lost time, and the meeting wrapped up with time to spare. To Luca Restaurant for dinner, the board and conference committee then strolled. To thank everyone for their hard work, our volunteers are better than gold. Haggin Oaks then hosted our group for the past president's golf tournament. Van Gumpel took longest drive when past Uncle Howard his ball went. A new foursome took the top prize, Carmen, Greg, Dean, and Dave. Congrats to them for a game well played and the performance they gave. On Sunday afternoon, our Take Action event was stuffing school supplies into backpacks to be donated to the Sacramento Children's Home, a local charity, a way to give back. Our theme was Connect, to encourage attendees to know one another and make friends. We walked or Ubered to events instead of a shuttle, keeping with new trends. This worked well for all save one. Good evening to you, my dear friend Brent. I've sent you instructions on how Uber works and deleted the profane text you sent. By the way, my husband wrote that one. The welcome reception at the Railroad Museum was multimodal and historic to boot, reminding Jean Olivier of her post office days, the college job that paid the most loot. The train theme carried over into the conference sessions as a call to arms, the whistle pulling us into the sessions away from the exhibitors' products and charms. Speaking of exhibitors, sponsors, and conference supporters, one and all, we can't do this without your efforts. Our sincere thanks for answering the call. CEO Hopley set the tone with his opening remarks, serving medicine first. News from DC, battles on the Hill, of which he and the AAA team are quite well versed. Todd also acknowledged Stout's reign of terror was coming quickly to a close, but glad to see the chapters recovered from Mascaro, as into the sunset he goes. National Chair Jean Olivier joined us and shared her focus and vision, saying, despite what you hear about New Yorkers, her primary goal was to listen. Jean went off script, mistakenly referring to us as Southeast, and joked it was a test. Mascaro shouted, "Never correct a New Yorker," when Hopley amended with Southwest. Missing in action, SWAAAE's own Todd, Mr. McNamee, or T2. He's with us in spirit, sends well wishes, and he's thinking of the whole SWAAAE crew. Wally Devereaux from Southwest Cargo confessed he didn't get out that much. Not sure how he beat the intern for this gig, but his prize hats were a nice touch. Connecting with your workforce, Mindy Price debunked the theory generations are so diverse. Playing badminton as a motivational tool, suggested by Gladys, was a conference first. I had to work for that one, sorry. The concurrent sessions on Monday afternoon were well received and quite successful. During the corporate meeting, the members commented, repeating it next year would be helpful. The zoo venue originally planned for the Monday night event didn't pan out. All for the best, since the Punch Bowl Social was indoors and much cooler, without a doubt. We bonded over food and drinks, sang karaoke, and skee balls were hurled. Fauché and Mascaro proclaimed themselves shuffleboard champions of the world. It's National Tequila Day. Tuesday's sessions continued the theme to connect and carry on the conversation with P3, Evolving Culture, Industry Partners, and Federal Aviation. The general membership meeting over lunch is becoming our new normal. complete with elections, reports, and chapter business, but still relatively informal. Immediate past slacker President Mascaro wrapped up his 4-year stint on the EC with great candidates and an election that will surely go down in history. With Judy's election as second VP, following Hudson and I all in due time, SWAAAE has 2 women on the EC for, can you believe it, the very first time. The highly contested corporate election with 3 candidates in the race. After the runoff, the new corporate director, Matt, will step in to take Arpit's place. The Arizona director race was close, Barney running against he, himself, and him. I'm glad to see he pulled it off, or else our prospects would be quite dim. SoCal welcomes Courtney, and NorCal keeps Andy in the chapter director ranks. We couldn't go wrong with the great talent who seek to serve. We give our thanks. The gavel changed hands, and we thanked Mr. Stout for his leadership over this past year. As President Hudson takes the controls, we're in for a fun ride, if that's pretty clear. To the board members who are stepping down, thanks for your service over the years. Rod, Arpit, and even Mascaro, remember you promised there'd be no tears. Sorry, accidentally scrolled. Tonight we enjoyed celebrating hard work and successes with a little levity, scholarships, awards, and new accreditations, and our family photos by EP. Thanks again to Sacramento for being a welcoming host and a pleasant venue. Next summer, we're bound for Tucson, where Danette and team will greet us anew. Before then, Courtney's leading the way to the short course in Monterey. We hope to see you there as we continue to connect here and there along the way. Farewell and safe travels, and remember to keep fostering your new connections until our SWAAAE family will gather again to share ideas, experience, and reflections. For tomorrow, we will all head back to our families, jobs, and regular life. Having survived another SWAAAE conference, my husband will get back his wife. Thank you.
All right, everybody to the Capitol View Room on the 15th floor. Let's have a party. If I can get the board members to come up, we'd like to have a picture as well.